Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Assaulter class in Medal of Honor Warfighter. Now this is sort of the bread and butter class. It's probably the easiest class to get into if you're just familiar with any other kind of tactical shooter out there. He's got a basic assault rifle. His abilities are kind of basic, but he packs a lot of punch. He has a very good weapon, and he also has a grenade launcher, which you should definitely not underestimate. So the Assaulter has four basic weapons that you will unlock as you progress the character. You start out with the HK416, fires at 700 rounds per minute, and it does 20 damage maximum. The drop-off starts at 40 meters and ends at 55 meters, and the drop-off goes down to 14 damage. So it's still very effective at medium and long range. It's actually probably one of the best assault rifles in the game. Then you have the M4V1, basically the same platform as the 416 or the HK416. It does the exact same damage model, exact same rate of fire. The recoils might be slightly different between the two guns. I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I can tell, the reload time is exactly the same between the two weapons. So it could just be an aesthetic difference between the two guns, but either way, both of them, the 416 and the M4V1, are going to be very effective assault rifles, and if you're familiar with any other shooter out there, these guns are going to be very familiar and easy to use. Now when your player ranks up, you will get access to the G3 and the EBR. These two guns are very similar to each other. Instead of doing 20 damage maximum, they do 25 maximum, and the fall off ends at 20 damage. The fall off does start, however, a bit closer at around 30 meters and ends at around 40 meters. So at medium range, the gun still does extremely good damage. They have high rates of fire at 700 rounds per minute. So you're thinking, why wouldn't you use the G3 or the EBR over these other guns I was mentioning? Well, these guns only have 20 round magazines. So that's basically the trade-off right there, is you're just not going to have as many bullets to work with, which can make dropping multiple targets very hard unless you're very accurate with each of your shots. Now, because reload times in Medal of Honor are generally a little bit on the long side when you compare it to, say, your COD or Battlefield series, it's going to sort of emphasize switching to your sidearms in this close quarter situations. There's a lot of times where you peek a corner, take out one guy, and then you know there's a second guy there. You just don't have enough ammo to deal with him, so you got to switch to your sidearm. That's where you get your P226, which is kind of a basic pistol, but a very reliable pistol. And it does 25 damage maximum, 18 damage minimum. The drop-off starts at around 8 meters in game, so it's pretty much close quarters. It's meant for only close quarters. You could drop somebody at longer range with it because it's still a very accurate pistol, but it does a lot of damage. So 4 shots to take down a guy in close quarters with your sidearm. Now, the support actions that become available to you as the Assaulter, or better known from the COD series as kill streaks, are very explosive. So basically, the first support action that you get gives you the option between a mortar strike or a smoke mortar strike. So you have the offensive or tactical option there. Then your next one is you can either resupply all your ammo and basically your grenade launcher and stuff like that, or you can call in a guided missile, which you can then fly down to your target and blow the heck out of. Then the third one, you can choose between a cluster bomb or basically a UAV drone to point out guys on the map. So each kill streak, you have the option to call in a pretty powerful artillery-like strike. You know, guided missile isn't necessarily artillery. You can aim it somewhere, so you don't have to aim directly at your target, but the other ones are all kind of point at the target, designate it, call in an artillery strike, and you can blow a lot of stuff up with the kill streaks with this class. And like every class in the game, you get the Apache attack helicopter as your fourth and final kill streak. Now, I haven't really talked about the grenade launcher too much, but grenades and grenade launchers in this game are extremely useful, and that's because most classes are just not quite as effective as you would be used to from other shooter games at longer ranges. So something that can kill somebody in one shot, like a grenade launcher, becomes very, very useful at those longer range situations. So it's a great sidearm to have, and you can also launch it at things like Blackhawks or helicopter or other kinds of helicopters like the Apache, I guess, flying overhead to cause some damage. It's not going to one-shot it like the SMA that you can get, but it will still cause enough damage to help take it out much faster. Ultimately, I think the Assaulter class is probably one of the most versatile classes in the game. It can basically be useful in any single situation, and it's got a gun that is just very, very good, very, very useful, good at all ranges, high damage output. You're just not going to be in a bad situation with the Assaulter class no matter where you are on the map. So it's a good class to play, it's a good class to get into, and I think the most important decision that you want to make is, am I going to use one of the 30-round magazine weapons, or am I going to use one of the 20-round magazine weapons? That's basically it. You want to decide, do I want to have the potential to kill one person extremely fast, or do I want the potential to drop multiple targets at a slightly slower rate? Personally, I'm liking the assault rifles a lot. The 20-round magazine is a little bit hard to get into, but I think if I were playing in maybe a competitive game mode where I really needed every little bit of damage I could get out over time from one single weapon, then I would probably go with the 20-round weapon just because of its higher damage output. So that's it for the Assaulter class, the bread and butter class of Medal of Honor Warfighter. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please rate it up, and I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.